So it's off. It's on. I mean, that's how it is. Damn. That music is loud. It needs just to come back, like, or to come down, like a negative dB. Like some negative dBs for it, like, to make sense first. Because now it's like clashing with the frequency of the mic and shit, but that will not stop me now, because I'm always on it. So that's why I try like everything, like for me to sound like a bit cohesive and still moving and doing this shit, and like just living in the moment. You see, that's how it is mostly now. Like, you don't need like to overcome anything, because it's like you're the thing that you're overcoming right now. You know, it reaches a point you are, oh, this one should be like on when you're measuring on any certain matrix of it. So you don't like just get into your head and like just do this shit randomly or something like that. I mean, that's how it seems like a good idea for it to come on or play on those metrics, but usually, like, once you look at it at some point, it's like, okay, this one is a good idea, but I need now to improve on this one end, so that now I can please the people who told me this one is not adequate enough. Yeah, I know this one is a bit something twisted. I mean, but it's the most overlooked shit ever. But now once you try to come on those I call them the best sides, like on this side, like without you measuring what side or what actually happens, like on the other side of it or on the other end. But I mean, yeah, I wanted to test if my live is on. It's good. I love it now. So now I want this one to be just like a session, like no agendas for today, but you just we're just here chilling, experiencing it, or I mostly call it like living in the moment type of thing, because you are just there and doing this and that, and now it all adds up to come and be like this whole one big thing. I mean, you don't even need to explain everything, because it's like self-explanatory in a way, but still you still have to have the urge of trying to change this, so that now like whatever you are doing may suit or like may agree or play to the terms of this other side. I mean, yeah, that's how it is. I mean, now at least now you get where the story is going, which, as I said, is like a crisis right now, because that's it. I mean, once you know it like in those terms, there's nothing else that
anything
you can say
happen,
or
clear or not clear. Now
something.
chances is there that you're being given still yet.
I need to get this shit out fast. Okay, that I know is good now. At least it's not distracting or destructive in any way. So now let's take an example right now. Okay, progress. Let's look at that. I mean, that one is a shallow topic, but you can just pick up any topic that you want. But I just picked up like a verb or a doing word, like progress, or should I say progressing. Nah, that one doesn't matter. Now when it's like you put the ing like at the end, it's like you first have to play with it on the start, and then at the end too, like you have to represent it. So now you combine all of them. It's like you are playing, or actually what you are doing, like on this side first, it's like you're experiencing them all at once. But now you like one thing, but now not two of them, but only like one that is there. And now you come and reach this side, and now it's like something that you can't explain, but it's still there, right? So now you're taking, okay, and then you just tell yourself, okay, I have this thing here, but for me, like, to achieve or to get to this certain point, these are the steps that I'm going to follow. And it's only you who knows, because if you try to like explain it to someone else, it sounds a bit off. It sounds like it's not even there. Like, it's not physically, mentally comprehensible or anyway. So now you're just like, okay, I can do this, but you see now the buts that we could put in everywhere. I can do this, but just because this thing has been. But now it reach a point you're like, okay, but first, the only thing that you can do right now is nothing. So, okay, let me just live in the moment for it. So yeah, I mean, that's how now you end up with this big whole enchilada of things that you haven't done, or that you are saying, okay, I'm going to do it right now, but still considering like, okay, this one is it, but still, like, the reason that I didn't measure or consider this one is because this, you see now, it becomes a basis of this, if that makes sense. And now there's nothing else left that you can do, so you just go into like a moment of you just being hypnotized actually without doing anything else. And that's how it is mostly, but being able to voice it out is like trying to get like a meat stuck like in between the lion's teeth. But I don't even know, I wanted to say like the best of the best, and then I realized there's no even like best of the best. It's just like, okay, are you good for the job, or like you need like someone else to come and do it, or are you questioning it just for the sake of questioning, right? It might sound like a good idea at first, but like, look at it, okay, this is it, and this other one, right? So now just take like two things. Just take on the left hand a buttercup, and on the right hand just take a feather or some, and I'll try like to compare them and measure and live up like to those expectations without you actually being able to deliver or do anything. So now you are left there always wondering like, hey, but I wanted to do this, but I didn't do it. So now that one is gone. But by the time now you're remembering like to do it, you should actually be doing it in that time that you're given, that like a time frame or something. So now you're there always like, oh shit, now I should be doing this like at this time. But now let me just shift this one over that I started. Excuse me. This one that I started here, so that it suits this other one on this, because that's what I think, or that's the idea that is being measured, or what is being graded right now by the biggest of the biggest. But now, like, you're consistently doing it because you've been doing it for quite some time, like for a while, right? For quite a pleasant atmosphere and a pleasant dedication at doing whatever you are. So now, like, you can't just try to decide, okay, I woke up today and I need to do this, and that, without like actually knowing what you have to say. Like, you have to fill in the gaps yourself. That's like the craziest or one of the biggest things like ever or there, right? So yeah, like it's like one thing that comes, the other thing that doesn't, but still, like if you are measuring it on terms of, okay, fuck it, let me get this one first straight, and then when the rest or what the next comes, okay, I'll try to figure out a way for me to measure it to like a certain atmosphere or a certain thing that I know is always there, but I can't just tell because it's like it's not in the picture, but you can still feel it. But I don't know like what to say with it. But now you just know like, fuck that, let me do it. But now because you said fuck it, let me do it, you're like, oh, so I can do these things. Okay, let me try this other one too. And now that's like, I don't like to compare or like put them like in terms of tasks or anything. But you'll just know it within yourself. You're like, oh shit, okay, this one looks fire. So let me just try it right now. Oh, this other one too. I don't feel like that. Okay, let me just try it just a bit. Okay, now you touch it. Okay, oh sure, you go to the next one. You're like, am I supposed to do this or is it supposed to come naturally? And now you're there like, oh shit, why am I asking myself instead? But see, I know everything right now, so I'm not doing shit. And now that's where now like the changes happen and shit. So now you don't actually need like a permission for you to get your shit together or get your thing right, because now this one doesn't even exist, or it exists but in a very miniature, or just a somehow of you just being okay. You send the what? Oh, the 2. Nah, I needed the 3, but we can just take the 2 while waiting for the 3. Just keep the 2 around, okay? But now and then, because now you are so used to like leaving them like undone or uncompleted, you're like, okay, and you know, once like it's more than one, it's no longer like something that you put behind. It's more of okay, this is it now. There are 2 of them, there are too many, so now I won't do that anymore. Okay, I'll figure out, or I'll just play around here for me to have one that kind of makes sense to me, but still it's like, okay, this one makes sense, so there's nothing else I'm going to do, because these ones, that both of them, they didn't make sense, but it's like I'm pleased with them, but it's like you don't still want to admit it, like to admit whatever it is, or so now you're just there, oh shit, this is what I should do now. Okay, let me get something, like let me get something out the blues too, because who do you think I am? So now you are just there every time, like when you are doing that. And remember, this whole thing is just all in your head. So now you can arrange it how you want. You can like play with it, try to come up with different ideas. Yeah, I'm just posting this thing right now, like on the TikTok and shit. I'm posting like the stories that like other people who didn't get a live notification to that, now that you're live, can see it, can like get the copy so that they can join on this other side too. Remember, this shit exists all in your head first, until you are ready to like deliver it in a way. But still, one of the craziest first or the fucked up things that are there now is like, oh shit, So, like, you mean you say that? But now, like, I have also like to come up with other things too, like so that I can actually combine them all in for it to make sense. I'm like, that one is a bit crazy. It's a bit there, right? But it doesn't even make sense. But now I can't also stop because like it's not like something that I envisioned, or it's just like goals, useless ones that you put them yourselves. So now everything is just like, okay, let me do this, and I can also get this one, or what? I mean, now it's that way until it's like, okay, it's not something big. I don't like to call it that, or but now you can tell, right? So now it reaches a point you're like, okay, I've measured, I've tried everything that I thought that I was, or that I thought that I had envisioned, but hey, it sounds out it's a bit big too. So let me try a new one without actually breaking myself or ranking anything that is there. So I mean, it's just the basics of what it is. You don't need like something so that it makes sense. And then now you're there like, okay, that one sounds good. Okay, let me get this one. Okay, remember that hypnotizing language that I talked about, of actually saying every time, okay, but now you're not doing it ever. And that's how it is. Ever again, never doing it. And now the topic, I think I should change the name of the live actually to actually to live, because it's a bit crazy now, because there's no way that that's how it is always, or that's how I should envision it in a way, right? That's not how I should envision it, because now like it's like that's not it, but it's still it in a way that it makes sense, right? So now that's the basics first. You call it in a way that it makes sense. It's just like I talked about AI, right? There's the language that is called prompting now. That means as long as like you have vocal cords, I mean you're already there in the game, so just make sure that you don't strain them, and make sure that you are like professional, or in any way like you're like just there in a way that makes sense, but still you don't want like to compromise this other side of you. So now you keep on neglecting like every other aspect, because there's one side of you that you are like kind of insecure with, but it's not that you who told yourself that you was, but someone actually like put the idea in you. So now you reach a point you're like, fuck, so what will I do now with it, now that it came to this? Now it's like even bad, or like not there, or just like shit. So now I have like two things to deal with, but what I'm actually dealing with is like right now is like I'm dealing with me first. So it reached a point you're like, okay, you start learning yourself slowly, right? You reach like a certain level, and then oh shit, so now this is really it. Like you don't even need anything, like this is it, like this is how it's supposed to be, until you're like like I always thought of it. It's just that probably someone told me to doubt it, or to doubt what I was saying or what I was doing. But now it reached a point you're like, fuck, so I only didn't need like The problem is that I expected something, but right now, like, I'm the only one that the thing is expecting. So now you turn this whole thing around, and now it all comes back to you. Like, it's just like it holds like a mirror to you, right? The mirror is already placed on the floor, so now you just step on top. Or like when you're passing, when you're just on your shit roaming, and now you look around, you see it actually like reflecting your balls and shit. Now you're like, oh shit, I had remembered, I had forget, or I had forgotten, or I had like neglected this part of me. So shit, that was a good wake up call. Nice. So now what else now? Now keep on chasing that. But now you know, like, you saw it, but it's like, I just don't know what to say first. But still, it all comes and adds up to this, what I think it is. But you can still see, like, okay, let me first take it back, or try to win over popular like opinion, because I don't actually like believe in myself or anything. So probably everybody around me is going to believe that whatever this one is, or whatever I'm running right now, that's it. So now you are left in this whole big thing that you're just dealing with everything. I remember it's like a movie that I don't remember the movie. What was it called? Was it Spectre or something? There was another movie like when the actor or the actress, it was the man, right? And he had a daughter, right? And the daughter, it's like she had fallen like into into a certain hole or something, like a hole, deep underground hole, or like a curvature, or like a cavity, or like a rift, something that it has like discontinuation of the earth masses and shit. I mean, that one, it might sound like a big topic, but trust me, it's not. So that whole thing is based on this kid. Like, it was just there. I don't even know if she used to speak or what, but now it reaches a point like at the climax of the movie, and now she actually calls her dad later. Now it's like and now that whole thing, like the whole movie actually flips around, and it's like, okay, now it has started now. Now that shit just happened, and the movie just ended there. Like, it gave us the craziest hook after all this tension. Only one release, and now everything was done. Like, everything was just there. You don't know how to explain it, but you actually saw it, you enjoy it, but the buts here are many, so you have to bear with me now. So yeah, I mean, and now you don't even blame anyone for it. You're like, shit, who is the director of that movie, bro? Close this thing, everybody's going home right now, bro. Do you know how much time it takes, or actually how much like freedom of thought or anything that it takes to compose something and come up with it, and now it all comes and adds up, and now it's like a good idea or something. So it all leaves like these small question marks everywhere, that now you have like to decipher your own way without actually being able to listen to it, but actually just to experience and enjoy it. Like, not everything deserves a reaction, right? Yeah, so now it reached a point where, like, okay, let's say now in the case of social media, now everybody's feeding off their attention. Remember, again, it's not about the likes or anything. It's about like how big or how crazy can I hook you to this like one idea of mine, so that now you or other people, like when I catch one person, like it's like when you're walking when you was like a kid, and now you'll walk like with your mom and shit, and now she would hold your hand all over like when you're walking. But now when you're just like chilling and enjoying the moment like with your dad, like he doesn't even care, like he leaves you, like it puts you in the most dangerous zones and everything. Just puts you on a bike and just pushes you and leaves you like to ride on your own. He even takes away like your extra two wheels on your bike. Now it's like you don't have the practice wheels. No, it's you now road dogging life as it is, and you used to enjoy it. Now running back now 10 to 20 years to come, because right now I'm actually 23, right? I just turned like a month ago. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's almost a month, because it's how many days remaining? Like 4 days, because it was 21st June. And now it's like actually, yeah, the date today. But yeah, that's my birthday now. I don't want to go more deep into that now. Now with the 23-year-old face, now looking back at whole experience that it was, you're like, shit, though I used to fear though, but right now it actually gave me like a leverage to it, and I have like different things like I can compare or contrast or actually play around with every single day of me actually existing. So it's a plus though. But now that was just an example of how you live your life, and the perfect gaps mostly that you can have, that they don't strain you in a way, but still they're like giving you a leverage of whatever like you put your mind through it. But it's a tricky concept, like once you try to grasp it all at once. But trust me, like if you take these things in chunks, because it's you who knows. I mean, you might decide even today, you might sleep the whole day, or you might talk or eat, or even when you're fasting right now. I've seen that one now is a thing in the internet now. People have created groups of fasting. I mean, that's how it should be, right? I mean, you look at your circle, you look at the gaps, you look at this, and then you're like, shit, this is what was missing here. So let me enforce it on this way and on my terms, because I know when it's my terms, like I can control it any way that I want. So now it's just you there talking, moving, showing. It's just life, living, like that's just how it is. And then you reach a point, you're like, oh shit, now I need now to improve my shit. Oh shit, these people now have gone up to the next level now, and now everybody else have outgrown them. So it's you adapting like to this new world. But remember, all the way you are just you. So you don't need actually like to cover or anything, because like you learn yourself in the process first of you building. You learn like your weaknesses, what you can, what you don't, what you should do, what like should be like the biggest measure of it, or like you actually being there, or not even being or trying to exist, but just there. Okay, chill. Okay, I have this one. Okay, how can I measure it like for the second time? And now you're just there, all encompassed with the big emotions of okays, which now comes and adds up to not okay if you like try to look at it in that way. Because I mean, you have to look at the both flip side. You know, like once you put your mind to this one thing, okay, there is what's going to eliminate, what's going to do, but now you don't look at what's going to eliminate. You just look at it as, okay, I did this, these are the things, these are results, this is the area that I need improvement, kinda. Okay, I need to get my face out there. I mean, just these small things that you can say in a way, right? So now you're just there. Okay, you can talk, you can do this, you can eat, just like how it is. It's like they remember like it was earlier in the day, like you just decided to go like for a little like morning jog or something, and now you're just there, just you, your thoughts, your legs, or whatever what you're using to do. I'm not, when I'm talking about this, I'm not talking only about the runners, like the people who go like for the morning run, because I actually don't even do it anymore. But once I do it, I do it. Like there's no timeline for me to say, okay, I am a runner. No, like, because I'm always in the moment, like I'm always doing it. So it reaches a point even like you don't even have to worry about anything because you are him, so you don't even need him like to struggle. And when him struggles, like he gives you everything. It's just like a godly form, right? That's how I envision myself, like a god, something that is always there. Like you can't even overcome it. But if you're trying like to measure these things or these hymns in a quantifiable measure, like you can't, because it's like air. You can't say, oh shit, this place has 20 kg of air. No, like you just feel. If the air is less, you will feel, right? By you feeling or being hibernated or feeling unable like to breathe or anything. So imagine now you are being enclosed into all these things that are there. And you know there's nothing that makes sense fast to you because you already seen this, but now you decided, okay, let me just put my head into it. Let me try to decipher everything. Let me get every information because it's me. I love education. I love information. I love everything. I mean, education is a bit blurry, but you can just come and beat, not even beat. You are it, of course, but you come and realize, okay, what am I doing first? Okay, there's nothing really going on. But who put me onto this path? Like, what did they want me to get? Or what did they want to get from me? And then you're like, shit, nobody even cared. And then with you knowing that, you're like, oh shit. So even this one doesn't matter. So it's like a skill that I actually like discovered myself. And now I can't even like try to move or pursue against it or with it within a certain measure or a period of time without actually being able like to cruise or cry your lungs out because now it comes out as emotion if like you don't time it well, like without the logic that is needed. Now it all seems like something that is a bit crazy or something that is madly funny, but you can't just laugh at it because it makes sense. But now you can just play around with it. What I'm saying is that you are not tied like to one thing ever, never. But you just live simply because it's not like you're saying, okay, I'm not tied to this, so I'll not be tied to any, or I'll not better myself to get to the fucking level that I want. No, like you're just there, like you move every single day. If it's time to move, you are moving. If it's time you want to sleep all day, you're sleeping. Because that's how it is. Like, why should you like limit yourself? Why should you? You shouldn't limit yourself to anything. Now you are being held or held to only this one, what is it called? To this one identity that someone accidentally or intentionally like put into you. Like, so yeah. And this one is not like a betterment thing, it's just like real talk. Like, these are just thoughts. You see also like what I'm talking of, like they paint a picture of actually the location, or I don't even call it the location, it's called the environment that you are in. Like whatever you see, whatever you are in, whoever you are, like even like the grass swaying by the wind, like you notice it, the brain notices it. But now if you are not mentally strong enough, but I don't think that you can be, well, I'm not saying that you can't be, but you have to see, you have to understand that it will affect you in a way whether you like it or not. So now you're just there living, and then it reaches a point you're like, oh shit, I wish I did this early, I wish I didn't do this. But now remember, you're just living. Like you're just you trying to decipher everything in a way. But still now, that's now the biggest of all. Now you have to overcome, okay, I did this shit, but this one was supposed to come out or be this one or for this way. shit, so now what? Let me try to figure out a way what to do. And now you're just left there, okay, doing this shit, doing that, until you're like, fuck, I wished to do this. Like, I wanted to do it. Like, it's one crazy thing once you do it, but yeah, I've seen someone comment here, reality. Yeah, you can call it whatever you want, because people like believe in anything that is there, right? And remember, this is a live talk show, so you are allowed like to send your pleas and everything, send your questions here, like we all answer them here and discuss and decipher every moment or every part of it, so that it makes sense, right? Yeah, it's like this basic engagement that like turns small steps into big steps. Like if you didn't type like the word reality, you would have known. But now it's just like one person, so now it means nothing. Again, remember, now you have like to be yourself first for you to come and decipher or understand this whole life without being needy or feeling like, okay, the need. You see, now most people are being led by the need, and like once you are being led by the need, once it's achieved, I mean, that's it. Is it like dopamine, right? Like it takes so much time to like you think your head across it. And again, I read a quote somewhere which said like you postponing the pain, like it's like enduring it twice, something like that, right? So now you just like do it like in the moment, because now if you don't care about, okay, fuck this, I'm going to go this, okay, fuck this one too, this is what should be reached, or this is the point that is reached now before this one breaks. And now you try now to understand or put in place these small pieces of things that are there. Trust me, within no time there's nothing there left. But me say, like, the thing that triggers me or actually like makes me wonder or anything in that certain categories is that I actually have no plan. Like I just go and now the plan just comes in a moment. Like if you have a plan, like you cannot move with it because you'll be stuck there, and that's it. I mean, it's not like your wish that you had, but it's only like what you can do with it for the moment. And then you're like, oh, okay, that's a good thing. Right now, even like with the AI tools, one thing that I said is that AI doesn't make our life easier, try to replace us or make the life hard or anything. AI is like a betterment tool, right? It's just like when you are eating, you need like chopsticks or a spoon to help you eat. I mean, you could eat with your hands, but now this one is like an advancement, like to the next level, something that is extraordinary. So it's just something that you don't say, oh, I've learned AI, now that's it. But you can learn like certain skills of it that you will forever have them. It doesn't matter. You will forever have the skills which are needed now to come up with this whole plan, this whole thing. Now look back, now you can now add them in to a certain brain hemisphere that you have. And you know, like once you say it, it subconsciously like records it. So now the next time that thing is triggered, it's whole like takes up to those neurons to the brain, and it shows you what it is right now, what you actually need to do. And now what happens? Nothing. That's it. Like you can get these things like in a certain like flip of a finger, but you're just like too lazy like to flip your finger. Like probably you don't know how to flip your finger, but that's not a topic I'm talking about, right? It's like a bit bigger than this. So now you're just there like chilling every single day. And now once people now realize that, okay, you're not a threat now, I mean, the first step was a mistake for you, like, to put yourself all out there and be perceived as someone who cannot even hurt a fly. That's the first thing. Now they should test you every single day. That's how it is. That's how it's supposed to be, because yeah, I mean, nobody wants a weakling around, at least. So that means now everybody is like trying to better themselves up, so you will not be left behind in any way. But you're doing that, you're not left, you're just moving on, right? Yeah, so it's so like the basic things that happen like once, twice, here, there. Now they come and encompass to this one big thing after some time, and now it's all considered as luck. But now looking back, is it really luck, or it's actually the time and the effort that you put in your shit? And now you're like, oh shit, so this is like my daily life. This is what like I said I was, and actually like talked it first into existence. It's just that now I just talked my way through it and achieved it. So that means there's nothing big. I mean, people are just chilling here. If it's the money, you know how to get it. So now money can never trigger you, because if the money was the problem, like I could be speaking in like notes right now. It would be just be right. That's not it, but you get my point, yeah? Yeah. I just like to explore all these topics of life, even when you're just chilling, you're just lonely and shit. Because not every time you'll have people around. Now the best thing you can do is like you try to build your own company without needing or wanting to be that thing that is there. You know, to reach a point you're like, oh shit, so now, okay, I've built this, but now there's this one thing left here. So now I'll need to build it in a way too, so that now it comes and makes sense to me and me only. Now I reach a point I'm like, okay, now that one is done now. All that one is said and done. Okay, let me now put it in another way, or another term, or another crazy spot of a thing. I mean, just try to play around with everything, and then now it will come back and hurt you, right? Hurting, I mean, like the heart of like love, like their love sent to hurt, right? I'm not saying that to the other thing. So yeah, that's just, it's called the basics. So now you're just there, okay, you are chilling, exploring life as it is, trying to come up with all these different things that you can do and like achieve or acquire for you and you only. And now you reach a point you're like, oh shit. And now if you're a male, now the women came, now you started bettering yourself and everything. Remember, they were still there, they were still checking you, eyeing you when you were still struggling. Now you like pulled up your fucking like socks or something. I mean, that's a crazy word to use, but it all makes sense, right? Again, remember I said familiarity is the only thing that makes sense. It's the only thing that can keep you like in check. It's the only thing that is always there. So you're just there, and now what? There's nothing else you can do. Okay, experience it, enjoy every single day, because nobody knows anything. So never be lied to. Even when you're listening like to people talk about these things, like they might be talking about you or of you, but they can never like be talking for you. I mean, it makes a lot of sense, but you just need to be there. So yeah, just live, just experience life as it is, because that's the main core of it. On YouTube, I see like, yeah, everything is just moving on smoothly, because that's where like I'm live on. Yeah, and my editors and my promoters and my everything, I see them, they're like sending the post out to every place that is actually needed, or that is the best favorable. like to spread the gospel right now, because I need like this whole community to grow up and do everything. I mean, you can even repost like the podcast cover. You don't need anything, as long as like it has the branding and tagging and everything. That's only what pays right now. Like that's the only medium you can gift me right now, because I don't think that I need anything else or something big from either anybody in this life, because a need is just something that was put there by someone. Yeah, and I say this on like in the most craziest way, the most popular way, or the most uncommon. I like to call it uncommon because it might be common to someone else, but now for you is so uncommon that it doesn't even make sense. It's like the uncommonly became common, like with the spin of an not even a spin, like with the snap of a finger, just like the and how it goes. Just like how Elon Musk like actually bought Twitter, which now changed it like overnight into like the word name X, right? And now who would have known like that's what it would have been? You see, as I'm saying, is like you can't actually tell what's going on until like you live or experience it. And now it's like, oh shit, I wish I did this early. But now remember, like I had like these all other things that I was doing, but now I still didn't get them, because the main idea was for me not to have them, but actually feel like I've achieved them, because I don't need them or I don't even want them around. So, but I needed like the satisfaction of me seeing like later that I've gotten it, and now this is it. Okay, so now what else happens? Okay, now now you come and achieve things, so you know that you're not delusional. So you start now living like as you want everything here, and that's it. That's it. I mean, it's like I'm exposing a secret here, but there's actually no secret in any way, because that's the only thing that is there. You can just live and experience and live or lead the life that you want, because that's the basics. That's what I call it, like the actual growth or the actual leverage or leverage. The word is leverage. It's like I'm confusing these things here and there, like one and a bit, until it's like shit. So now what is this? Okay, what am I doing with it? Okay, at what point actually like will I reach and come back and try to achieve it in a way, until you're like, okay, this one can be it, but it needs like a little adjustment here and there. But still nobody told me like it needs it. Somebody said, okay, it was not enough by doing this one, so now you need to go and level it up right there. That's why I say like the education system is a bit crazy, that I never get to fully understand the education system, because it reaches the point, it's like, okay, it's like what you're telling us to do and what you're actually showing is like a bit different. Yeah, that's why like I left, and I just dropped out of school. So like it's just something that is just there, but you can't just tell it like in a beat or some, but you'll just know that it's there. But still, remember, that's it. Like that's the biggest of all. Now you have like all this thing that is trying to capture and try to give a meaning to your life that you know actually belongs to you, but still, because now you are like, it's like a weak mindset or something that you can't actually like overcome it or try to speak against it or for it. So now you are just left there like, oh shit. So now what happens? You come with like a big cocoon of excuses. I mean, I'm talking this one out of experience, because everybody has been there or everybody's actually there. So now you are like, oh shit, so now I should get this one. And then what? Probably get this other one later. because I mean, I believe someone is coming to save me and give me like the best services that I need to accomplish my daily duties or my daily dues. But now it reached a point where like, fuck, nobody's coming. So now, nobody even wakes you up. You just wake up anytime that you want because you know you wake up according to how the need is pushing or pressing on you. I mean, it's a bit like a crazy concept to even speak of out loud, but I mean, that's why the spaces are here. That's why the lives are here, right? That's why now the internet is here, so that now you can like paint a whole picture to someone else's mind without even actually wondering or trying to tell a lie or to experience whatever it is that is on your mind, but to actually just show, right? Remember again, as I said, like a perception is actually everything. You can be perceived as this, you can be perceived as that. That's why nowadays, like the touts, I'm talking about the people, like if you live like in the third world country, right? They all like have a uniform to it. Okay, let me take an example, like the riders, right? They all have a uniform to it. They wear like a certain clothing, a certain attire to them, because they can even put on like a, what is it called, a reflector jacket, that when light hits and reflects on it, when it's being touched, the material itself, so now you just know, okay, this one person mostly lives on the road because of the type of clothing. Okay, you go to a fashion show, you see people like clad all over. So you can see like a mirror, you can see these, you can see the types of watches, you can see the APs, you can see all those things, you can see the Rolex. I mean, yeah, so now it gives you like a certain posh type of level of existence that makes sense, but still always there. But it's a bit crazy, like once you try to envision it one way or the other, and now you come up with like a small plan each day, so that now you can be or beat it in a way. Okay, now that one makes sense for me. So yeah, that's why I say like I'll just put this one on and I'm not going like to speak or do anything about it. I mean, it's just me exploring, like just playing with my shit, playing with my time without actually needing anything. And right now it's like, it's a bit crazy because I still don't get it. It's like nowadays, like people just watch things but they barely like want to join or want to experience, not even experience, like live with the expectation of being like a follower to it, or actually like trying to be the one labeled or said to be the best of the best. And now it reaches the point where like, oh shit, so now I should do this and now do the other one too, like probably later. And now you place these whole things in a whole certain topics that make sense to you and only you. And now when someone else gets mad at you for doing it, or someone when they don't understand it, you get mad. But remember, you're the one who did that, right? This is your whole new life that you're planning or putting on the table for or against. I mean, I said against when you are, if you're trying to fight it. I mean, that's how it is nowadays. So everything that you want, someone told me everything that you want is like on the other side of what you are fearing or what you are afraid to confront. And I was like, shit, but I fear nothing, right? So now I'm like, so these motivations are shit. I knew that. I knew these things are fake, but I don't think they are fake actually. It's just that someone just said this thing on his own head or on his own side without actually putting you into consideration, like what he's saying or anything. But now you want to be like, okay, but now you should do this, because I was the one who gave you like the whole leverage to this and this. And now you're like, shit, so now what should I do now? Okay, I should envision this one in a way that makes sense to me and only me, because if I'm not doing it for me, then I don't know, nobody else will ever do it for you. But now you have like this whole illusion of being, okay, someone did this to me, okay, so now what am I actually doing it to someone else, or what am I doing it now for myself? Because again, remember, it's all about self. If you're not doing it for you, then it will never go anywhere. You're not going to succeed in it or anything. Yeah. Oh shit, I just discovered that Reddit, like, you can post your shit on Reddit too. I thought Reddit was my learning hub too, like, not like something that I can envision or be like, oh shit, this is how it is. Okay, I can overcome this other one too, like if I'm really serious with dealing with what I'm doing right now. But now it reaches a point, it's like, okay, this one is a bit fire and this one too, but I need like to reconsider my options or my choices, like my poor decisions. I mean, which is now talking in terms or in the mouth of someone else, like staying there at the corner judging you, right? These are their words now. This is like their brain or his brain. I mean, that's how it is. I don't even like talk about the feminine side because I have no clue of that, because I'm not feminine. So as I said, if you try to understand the feminine side, you might probably actually just blow your head off, because it's just like trying to understand or to get the day that you'll die. You'll never know it. Or the day that you are born, like the first experience that you breathe hits like this whole earth surface or anything, right? It's just like on those terms. So now you're just left there doing this thing, and now you can't even get yourself out of it, because again, you're staying for the person, right? I said this is like me trying to give you life, but now in two perspectives, right? So now that's how it is nowadays. Like you just stay like this, and then you're expecting something, they hit you with something different completely, and now yeah, that was like a technical thing, which is like everything. That's how it is, right? Yeah, so now you're just living there, experiencing this, doing that, and now it reaches the point you're like, oh shit, okay, what can I improve with this one, or with what I've presented with, or what I'm given at this point. And now you come up and try to decipher all these things in a way that they're only yours, to you and on you only, but you don't want that, or you don't want to be told that, or don't even need like to hear it from somebody else. So now you are left with these whole big things of things that you are rejecting actively without you knowing like how they actually affect you, or how they are triggering your brain to come up with all these small ideas. Again, as I said, like trying to understand the human mind is so good, because now you get to see both sides of the coin. It's like a flip coin, right? The bullshit side and this other side, now the paradise, which where the losers now hang out in. Because I mean, it makes sense, right? It's either like you want to eat food or you want to fast. It's you to decide. If you want to fast, okay, now you have to suffer the consequences of fasting, which in return it will heal your body up later. Or eat to gain some energy, go do whatever you are doing, and now live peacefully and freely, like from that need anymore, from that want. As I said, that's why they are called the basic wants, right? I mean, somebody called them that, and now you are giving them as the name basic wants, and now you can't even like come against it in any way. That's what I'm saying. And now it really like with this whole new world, where now you have like to be or deal with these different things that come like only your way without you actually being able to need it or being able to decipher all this whole existence of things that is there without you actually being there. But now remember, you love like doing what you are doing, so now it reaches a point you're like, it reaches a way you're like, oh shit, oh, but I was just testing my shit. I mean, it seems like a bit crazy now, right now. Yeah, I've been here like for like an hour or so. So like that's a good thing now. I mean, we are continually pushing forward with it, which is a bit crazy. You can tell, right? Yeah, but now it reaches the point you're like, oh shit, wait. So now if I needed like to come away or come up with like plan or like a system for me to beat this whole thing, right? Okay, what do I need first? I need like a perfect structure first. Okay, how can the structure be or be made of? And then you're like, oh shit, this is what the structure is about. Okay, that's a good insight. But you see, now we came back to the bats now, and now you reach back to the bats, and then you're like, oh shit, there are even more bats here, and now you know they never end. So now your whole job became like looking for bats, which is crazy. And now if you are so good at looking at bats, like it will come and what is it called, reward you later in the name of or in the terms of bats, right? Yeah, because again I say it doesn't matter what you are doing, as long as you are good at it, as long as like you put like 10,000 hours to it, you don't even need like to talk about anything. You are a pro. I would say, yeah, if you like put like 10 hours into it, right? Yeah, I think someone will write it on the comments. Yeah, 10 hours into a craft, I mean, you turn into a pro. Yeah, that's how it is. Yeah, I mean, that's how the greats have achieved it. Think it back to it. Once you see like the people who like blow off the internet, you see it's like they live for the internet, they live in the internet, they are the internet, right? Yeah, so like it's them who you are watching while your life is stuck, or like you're just chilling, exploring, like just learning new things, getting new skills. Because again, you see, I'm saying like you go out, you try to uncover new places and new things that look alike, like you achieve or explore this other side. Yeah, so now it doesn't even make sense. It's like, and it's not that you're doing for someone else. Like again, I said, yeah, it's like food when you are eating, right? You eat it like for your stomach first of all, right? So yeah, that's basics. It's like how you are living here. You are living it for yourself. How you are like interacting with the people around you. You're interacting with them with that way for yourself. You know, like if you go like into these people who have this whole new like paradigm of living in their whole life, you'll have that experience too, and now you'll have a taste of it just a bit. Now everything else just comes on your way, which makes sense in a way, but still you don't want it to be shown or to be seen in that way. So now you try to play it off a bit. Now you are left here stuck doing this one thing, and now not you considering all the things that you are doing. Now it's all these big noises and continuously like dogging you every single day. And now remember, the best thing that I said is they're all doing all this like to hypnotize you, right? Because we know like a hypnotized body is the dormant body, right? Yeah, so now that's it. Like once you have that, you have everything else. Okay, let's take into an opinion, right? Or like into a perspective. Okay, what do you need to make right now? Okay, let's say I need to make a bike. what does a bike comprise of, right? Okay, once you think of a bike, you think of like two wheels. Okay, that's one of it, but now just don't voice it out. Again, deny your thinking, like take it far back and start with like the brakes that makes the bike stop first of all, which is so crazy. I mean, now with that, now you can start seeing all the small parts of the bike. You can experience them how you want. You can come up with a big plan to be the bike builder or the bike beer. I mean, it's something that just makes sense. And now you come and also find the lights. If it's a road bike, like you find the right comfortable seat because you're traveling like for long hours and shit. If it's the shoes, you put the right shoes that hook to the pedals in case of downhills and uphills, so that the shoe soles don't tie off or they don't slide off when you are riding. Now like you have to stick with your bike, and I mean these small things that I'm saying, that's all that they add up for. Now you come, you have envisioned your life, you have seen how life is, you have experienced the taste of like freedom at an early age, and then you're like, oh shit, okay, let me come up with like 30 different ideas, right? But I'm not going to do them 30. I mean, if an idea comes, I'll still record it down, but it will reach a point that I'll come and add all of them up, and then I come up with the best of the best, because that's how it is most of the time. But now you considering the back shit and the backwardness that you have been had, or that you are being given and being told, oh, there's no money, there's no this. When you ask for something, you're being told, okay, you can't get this one right now, but it will reach a point that you reach them and achieve or being able to acquire them yourselves. But now they're not giving you the blueprint of you to follow, but now they're telling you, you must, there is this and this. So it's like offering opinions like without solutions, which is the most useless shit ever. That's why like right now content is actually the best selling content right now you can do on YouTube is teaching people how to use these tools, because that's something that they are given right now. Like you show someone how to do this, and now they reward you by a reward or something back or later with something that is similar to like what you asked or what you were actually doing it for. So now it reaches the point you're like, oh shit, I didn't even know I could grow this much by just doing this. The basic part, wait for real. I mean, it reached a point where like when I was sailing, I mean, I'm also a very good marketer. Like I can sell you anything right now. Yeah. That time I was just chilling at the rooftop when I was living like in an open apartment somewhere. And now it was just me doing my shit. You see how a man just is, just chilling, you're just doing your shit. Right? It's just basic life, basic living. And now someone comes there. It's like, I don't know. And now you see I've always had the good vibes and shit. You can't come to me and like just go without laughing or anything. Because I know like once you laugh, I mean that's it. When I turn around, you can't just turn around and backstab me or anything, because again I said it's the frequency, it's the energy that you give out that people mirror. That's why I say like the females, like they are very good at displaying or mirroring like your energy in any little situation that is occurred or that is presented unto you by the consequence or circumstances of living. So now they prettily and neatly carve themselves into the energy that you give them. So now that's what I'm saying. If you are like the best energy creator of this earth, I'm not saying that there's one who is the best, but everybody has like a certain threshold of them. It's like a table, right? Where like all the big ones, like they all existing, and they all like know each other. It's like, hey, is that the normal off-road? I mean, talking in terms of cars, like I'm a car guy, I must like include all these things there. And again, as I said, I'm not a car guy, I'm not anything. I said I don't want to be associated with any type of like putting like a name or anything to it, because like if you put a name to me or you put a name to like something that I'm saying, that means now you'll forever put a name into everything that is needed, which is it can be a bit crazy. It can be a bit I don't want to say the word because it went away. Like I don't even know what the word meant, but it's like saying like you're putting a certain threshold to the type or the things that you want to do, and now it's like shit. Okay, now I have this, but now I need like to add like a bit, just a bit. It's not much. As I said, you just add like a bit, just something there, and now it's just it. Just like saying in music, there is the concept of like setting up the tempo, which is the best thing or the first thing that you do when you listen to a song. You think that artists or musicians just hear a song and they go all in? No, they first listen to how fast paced the instrumental is, so that they can know like how they can swing, they can play around with it, they can hit on the beat. Like they know like they have like a certain structure to it. That thing is just like talking, right? It's just like speaking. That's how it is when you speak. Like you put yourself in a certain posture or a certain position that is there, and now everything else just aligns to it. Like you are the one who sets the scores or anything. Or I don't, it makes a lot of sense. It's like an illusion that you put in your mind, and now it gives you all these thing answers, because now you have like everything that is there, but you're still like living and experiencing everything for you and you only, right? So it's like a whole thing of infinity things that happen, but now it's like you can't explain it to someone. Like they have to live it themselves for them to see it, right? That's why they said like you can't wake up like a sleeping person, because they will make you sleepy, right? Yeah. So it's crazy now. Now you are experiencing, you are living all these places, doing all these things, all in the name of this and that. But now you know yourself, so now everything else is like a bit sorted or a bit there. And now you're like, shit, okay, let me have this one. Okay, let me try this other one too. But this one that I say that I'm going to do it, like it's still there, like it's still in the menu. But okay, that one will be scheduled for this time. And now you completely forget, like your brain goes into like a sleep, and now you're just there. Okay, so now what do I need? Oh shit, oh wait, I just did that. Oh I was supposed to do something every time, and I did that shit. So there's like something else that is needed to be done, but I truly don't know what it is. But if I truly put myself or put my mind actually into it, I might actually achieve it, because that's me. And now we go with that attitude every single day. You go with it every day. That's all I'm saying. Like you have to be there, you have to live in the moment for you to know it, or for you to experience the whole crayons of life, right? Because I say this one is like a coloring book. It's like a slate that is empty. So now it's you to deal with it. It's you to play and post and cross post between your mental playing Yeah, I know I just said that because of the new feature of Instagram and Facebook for is it called cross posting, right? Yeah, so now it's you now doing this, but now in your own new world or a whole new crazy thing, whole new world that is there. You don't even need like it to be a visible world, but if it needs to be, I mean, you make it come to life. You make it available to you right now. You make it like the best of the best that you want or that you can, according to your purpose or like your level of competence, right? Yeah. And now you do it, and that's it. Now you're left with like a whole, but I say is like a bit crazy, or like small steps that is there for you to achieve something that is considered like huge, which at some point like the basic or the average humans just try to experience life and dog it as it is. And then now looking back, you're like, shit, you mean I just passed over all this life, just being this completely new, completely not knowing shit, completely green. That's the word I was looking for. Like I just did this thing while being green. Shit, I wonder what is at stake for me now, because it's like I'm not green right now, but I can be there. I am there though. Okay, that's it, right? That's what I can do right now. Oh shit. So now I just discovered that what is it called? Oh, it's sending this as a link. The Instagram, it like cross posts your post into FB, but now cross posting into X, it actually sends it just like a link. So now that one is not going to help us, so you just need to upload manually. And I've tried to like look at the things that I can say or do with a certain procedure or a certain angle of living, that it doesn't actually affect you or anything, but it paints a way or paves a certain picture to you and you only. And now you have like to live it as it is, right? Yeah, because remember, this is your life and you're doing it for you and you only. So now you can just put it and shave it however you want, because it's yours. Again, as I said, when you have like the noise or someone telling you like, if you do this, no, that's bad. Okay, you do this other one. Okay, that's still bad, but don't even do it that bad, and it's not done like that because you've done it so bad. Remember, I've told you it's so bad, but again, they told you that, or they told you that you did it again, but now you did it like so bad now. And now we're like, shit, so now will I ever do it so good that this one person here can celebrate me or anything? And now you see, now you become a people pleaser. Now everything, now they know, like once they back at you or they look or say something at you that is a bit challenging or a bit off the norm, like you don't have anything else to do rather than you try to be like the picture that they have painted of you in their heads through your whole new head. So now it's just like, oh shit, so now this person now wants me to be this, but now it's like I can't be this, because if I'm being this, who is going to be the me who like I'm used to me? And now again I said, it's a whole new thing that they give you, a slate, and now it's like, okay, can you paint your shit here? right? Can you paint like with the best crayons in the most possible way, right? Yeah, so now it's a bit crazy, but you come and encompass this whole thing, and now you have nothing else like going on in your life, but you just know that if I'm doing this like for me, there's nothing else that I can do for someone else. But I'm not saying that you don't or never do anything for someone else, right? That's not the thing, or that's not the main topic here. It's just me saying, okay, now once you do it for someone, you have also to do it for them, like in the literal sense. If you are doing it with someone, you have to do it with someone else. And now you're like, oh shit, wait. So that was the main idea of this point, of this topic of existence, right? And now it's a whole life that is there. Okay, it's life. Okay, how can I like try to shape my life to fit into my own terms and my own perspectives and everything? The good things that I love doing, the bad things that I say that I'm going to stop doing them, but I still don't know them, right? Because probably someone said like there's the good and the bad thing, so now you get differentiated. It's like the tactic that is used in war, or that is used to control like two close things, which is called the divide and control, or divide and rule, something like that, right? Yeah, so now that's how it is. So now you have been left, been led, left, right and center. Now this whole thing just creates crazy topics. Now it's like, okay, I can do this, but now it's like I need one or two things so that I can do this other one. And before me doing it, I need, or I can, or I should come up with something else. It's like, okay, but what do I actually need? Or what am I doing right now that makes sense to me and me only? You know, like, it's all questions I just asking. But now it's like, okay, this was the only way that is there. Okay, let me look at my patterns first. What do I need to change actually? Like, what is actually there needed, so that now I can come up with these one thing that is needed, or I try to add to a bit of more of what is needed to something that is not needed. And now you're like, shit, now okay, what can I do now? What can I do now, like, to come up with this big thing? And now you start now bettering yourself. You start is observing your character. Me, the only time that I had like a good complete voice speech, it was like when I was just chilling on my house. Like, it was a small broken chair somewhere in a small crazy apartment, and then like I started naming things around. I was like, oh shit, look at this hot pot. Like, look at this thermos. Like, look at this cup. It has a color to it, right? And I'm like, oh shit, it's a blue cup. And I'm like, oh, the blue cup. Yeah, it's a blue cup. And look at the X thing there. It's like, oh shit, what is that? I mean, I say X marks the spot, right? You know, I look at it every single day, every single night, and then I was like, shit, I don't need that. Until you go like, no, why are you so afraid of it? This one is the basics one. I mean, that's why I was like, shit, it seems like it though, but you know, you can do drag yourself around it so that now it only makes sense to you and you only. But now that's the basics, right? As I was saying, like, you can do this thing for a dime, over time, or over a minute, for you to come up with the biggest or the most amazing planet, right? So now you are left here. Okay, I can get this one, but still, because of me being able to get this one, I can also get this other one. So a bit getting this one will be a bit better. So now let me get each one of them. Let me get each one of them. Okay, yeah. So now you're left there. You're like, okay, what can I do first with this? But now it reaches a point you're like, I don't know, should I like try to get you, or should I not try to even like bother you in any way, right? So now it will reach a point you're like, oh shit, yeah, let me just try to acquire some little knowledge here so that I can never be washed out all again, ever. But the biggest of the biggest is it. Like, there's no way. No. You have like 20,000, 50, 60,000 like a huge following. And now, like, because again I said you first build your shit, and now people, you know that in your head you're like, shit, so now everybody is expecting something from me. Now I can't like fail them, no, can't disappoint them, no. Stay like, just like chill and live your life as it's supposed to be. Never hurry anything. That's what I was saying. Like, one of the biggest things that I've learned, like when I was living with the OGs, or when you are interacting with the OGs, like if you're coming faster, they're telling you, hey, slow down fast, so that now like we can be on the same board, because they know that your little brain might be sent by someone to come and sabotage like the whole process. But now that's not how they think. That's like part of the thinking that is involved. Like, once you see like people, they're just chilling every single day with them, and now everything is just like, okay, let me get this one here first, and then I have like a new big one somewhere coming. But now, because of these whole two things that have existed here, now I can at least try and give them a bit of a credit for them being them, or like give something else needed. If that's your goal, like if you are the giver guy, that's how you do it. And it's so crazy. That's like the basics thing. Like, it's like a theme, right? I remember like even the word theme just came and I was like, wait, I remember like earlier when I was doing what is it called, like these random walks on like Saturday nights or any other night. Like today is on Friday night, when you're doing like crazy nights on Friday nights, you know, you're just leaving. And like what I'm saying is if I'm getting this one, what else am I doing now? Me, I'm like, okay, are you questioning me about your value, or do you want me to confirm to you that you are not valuable as you used to be like a day ago? I mean, I'm not the problem, so now who are you to blame? I mean, now that one is like okay, I have this one thing here, but now it's like it refuses to let me go in a way, but it still have me. Just like someone trying to guilt you and tell you, this is what you are supposed to do, but you don't do it. You didn't do it, so now come here. It's my time to finish you now. Look at that. Look at that. That's a quiet moment. Sometimes you need the quiet moments first, so that you can sit back and what is it called? Renaissance. Now, let's look back at the type of toys that I used to drive when I was a kid, right? That's a crazy topic, but it's a bit crazy because that was the first time that I ever put my hands on an electric car those days. But now this one had a battery with big antennas like crazy, but the antennas were like from space though. It was, that's how you do it, like that's how it is mostly. But now it reaches a point, it's like now let's come up with like a certain topic so that you can discuss it. But now I just realized that I don't have or a need for the topic because I am the topic. You can tell like the topic is. Like just took me back like when I was buying like the best sofas, right? And now I see like I used up sofa there, which is the best design that I needed. But now they're like the whole top cover is like it was torn and shit. So now I was like, okay, can I get that? I was like, what? Now it reaches a point you're like, shit. So now what time is this? Look at that. The only thing between me and myself is nothing. One of the craziest thing that you can do right now is not to worry or care about it. Look at that. I've seen how this AI has some crazy loops. They're called loops because like they revolve around a certain idea or a certain topic. Well, like it's just continuation in a way. So all this is a continuation, and then the only continuation that is there is that you continue continuing. Right? I mean, it makes sense too, but that's how it is nowadays. Now it's like, oh shit, what can I get from this? Oh shit, what can I get of this? Let's switch up into like, okay, this one might be, but this one might be, but remember it's the bad sessions, right? So now you don't just do it, you just chilling, doing your thing. That's the basics. I told you that's the only 2 plus 2. I mean, nowadays, like, the fat people don't even want to be told that they are fat. I tell you are fat, you're like, no, don't say that. Plus, I'm even like smaller than Bob, because Bob is like 120 kgs. I'm only 119, like I lost by a kilo. I'm like, where? Let me look at it. This one looks a bit crazy. can't wait after getting the best thing that you wanted. Now it's time like to take them back home and experience them, right? And just like when you're buying phones and tablets and shit, you got this whole place that is selling to what's this? Okay, let me come up with different scenarios, different ideas. Okay, but now what about mine? But now I don't have mine, so I just like play it with someone else's, because I know that will never catch me. But if they ever try to, I will run like crazy. Oh, that's the mind that is there. That's the mind of a man. Like, you just need to make a certain decision. It doesn't matter. As long as the decision involves you joined free. Hmm. 30 to 40 minutes a day. What can I do with that minute? Two. One of the things that I call them is the Shenzi sound, and even like the small reps to take a breath right now. 20 pieces. than experiencing. They said, don't want this life to be that much over time, but that's how it is. So yeah, they said you can just nowadays with everything live off lives, right? You can just exist and live off. You just stream in everything every single day. I mean, yeah, you just put whatever you want in front. You're like this, you stream today. You're like this, you stream the next day. Right. That's how it is. So now, that's crazy. The only thing that makes sense, considering everything, add something up. Look at that. still there chilling and you haven't subbed, just subscribe to the channel. And that's it. Sub to the channel. Everything will be good. So I say like this is like the most chillest place ever. That was a good session, man. So yeah, just going to end this live right now. I enjoyed it.